was a musician, but you didn't know that he was a musician?
Because I never lived with him.
Wow.
So I lived with my mother.
That's amazing. And one thing you told me today, I'm going to be telling some of the secrets you told me so that we can go as fast as possible, is that you're actually a student right now.
Yes.
You went back to school, the University of Ibadan, where he's studying political science.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, why didn't you try to like forge a YX certificate or to university? Just not have to, like the other people do.
You know, the kind of upbringing I had was a very strict one. It was a strict one because I was living with my mom at first, and my sister said I should come to her place because she really wanted me to become a medical doctor then.
Wow.
So she always keep me indoor, reading always. I hardly eat sometimes.
Wow.
So I became lean. Because I was very studious then, I became a bookworm.
Wow.
So when I now went to my mother's place for holiday, and she was like, she was better. I was very lean, and she was like, she told me, then he said I shouldn't go there again.
Wow.
So I started living with my mom then. That was when I got into this singing stuff through peer group kind of influence.
Yeah, peer pressure.
Yes.
So singing was like you survivor, you know, on the streets.
Then,
and then you grew up in Ajegunle as well.
Yes.
Wow.
I grew up on the street because while I was living with my mom, I was moving around with some kind of friends that don't really believe in depending on appearance. So they taught me how to depend on myself. That was how I grew up on the streets.
So when was the first time you had a hit music, like a hit track or album?
The album is titled Master Blaster.
When was that?
It's been long ago, like 90, let me say 96, 97.
Wow.
Is it 96, 97? Because 97 I did Stainless. It's around 93.
Okay.
93.
That's a long time ago.
93.
So
I actually started singing in 1983.
83?
Yes.
Wow. That was when Buhari first became president of Nigeria as a military ruler. That's very, very interesting. So what attracted us to you is this vanity thing. What inspired you to do vanity and the way it was done, particularly do it through animation? Because typically you go and do a video shoot and dance, but this one you just did completely with animation. What inspired you to do it?
Because the audio is not complete without the animation stuff. You know, because it's a very, how do I call it? It's a voluminous message.
Yeah.
So, and people are not really ready to listen to a message that has that kind of volume right now because of the situation of the country.
Yeah.
So they are always less attentive to anything that is voluminous.
So you have to be creative.
To brief and succinct. So with the audio, then to further explain it with the video.
Yeah. Can you guys put up the AC in the studio just to increase it? It's a little cold. I mean, too warm here. So the way it was designed, if I'm a politician, I can see myself there. You put in some guys, you know, although it was the animation, but I saw the one who was holding a knife, the one from Para. And the man who was driving the car was from Daura, and the first driver was from Bayelsa State. So, was there any backlash? Did they threaten you? They say, oh, you know?
No, they already know it is a kind of, how do I put it? It's a demonstration of all characters and the aims of affairs in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So they know I'm saying the truth.
It's the truth. I mean, I'm in business of saying the truth, but anytime I say the truth, they come after me. You know, they say they don't like the way I say the truth. They don't like naked truth. They like
probably because mine is mild.
Yeah.
Yours is sometimes harsh.
Crazy. Yeah. I don't understand who you guys are clapping for. So how many people are watching?
1.5 thousand.
Wow, that's interesting. So you're getting a lot of hits, and do we have any questions for him? So we get a lot of questions from
the other time you asked me about how I did it, how I really succeeded in.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, but I wanted to also let people who are watching be ready with their questions. Okay. So how did you do the transition, you know, in which, you know, you came from 1983 and Fuji is just for parties, praising people.
The normal kind of Fuji.
Yes. And then you did it, and you also start telling truth to power, telling truth to people. How did that transition happen over these years?
You know, I really, before I started doing it, I studied barista. I read him as like a kind of course in the university.
This barista, as in barista, who was what's the full name?
Sikiru
Ayinde Barrister, the one that is late now.
Because barista, before he died, he has became, let's say became now, an institution in Fuji music.
Yes.
So if you really want to know how to sing Fuji music, or you want to know much about Fuji music, you have to study and read barista like a course. So I studied him. I observed when he adapted a little bit of high life.
Okay. Into it.
Infusion of high life into Fuji music.
Okay.
I studied him when he did an infusion of juju into Fuji music, just to keep Fuji music moving.
Yes, and dynamic.
So that was what I did. That is what I did. You understand? So because when Barrister died, a journalist was saying the successors of Barrister, they said they are not vibrant enough. And I said, what do you mean? What is the definition of your own vibrant?
Yeah.
Because I've done exceptional things. I did like 4 albums at a go, 4 in 1.
Wow.
So and I told him all kinds of things I've done, and he said, I'm not vibrant enough. Then I said, okay, if moving Fuji to the next level is your own definition of vibrant, then I'll do it.
So you people started this next level thing before APC.
So that was it. I started doing it gradually. I did a little bit of, instead of me going to hip hop world, just doing hip hop. No, I did an infusion of hip hop into my kind of. There is track I did. They call it the Mojo. It's like this. I sang the hip hop with the Fuji tone.
Yeah.
Adi dia Mojo, Adi dia Mojo, Adi dia Mojo. Party ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ mú jó wọ́n ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí wá àti rí kúlà ẹ̀yin ọlọ́tí ẹgbọ́ ti wá. So it's hip hop, but it has this Fuji flavor. You understand? So,
but how is that different from Fuji Gabe?
It's a little bit different because the beat.
But how did you sing that song? Because that was what introduced us into life, in those days. Anyway, so keep going. I'm listening.
So instead of me going, because most of my colleagues went to hip hop world, they want to become an hip hop artist.
Yes.
They believe hip hop is what is in vogue now. They should do hip hop. I said no. Barrister made me the king of Fuji music. Like it's like handling over let me say the empire of Fuji music.
Yeah.
So he did like a kind of handling over. So I should not let it.
Yeah. Let it die.
So that's why I started doing all sort of things.
One question I have,
sampling all sort of.
One question, because we're trying to do a little bit of history, a little bit of entertainment. One question I also have for you is, anytime there is some kind of transition of this original music genres, people resist. The elders will call you and like, don't dilute this thing. Did you get some elders calling you as Etiba Fujije?
No, because they know the flavor is still there.
Yeah.
I do a kind of modernization, you understand, like a makeover without even losing the original flavor. So that's what I do.
Yes. It's guys, you're watching Time on the Couch, and I'm here with King Saheed Osupa, and he's
the real king, not the acclaimed one.
Not the acclaimed. That's one thing I find interesting in the Fuji world. You guys love titles. Why is that? Because I remember when Barrister was around, he was also doctor. Why do you think it's necessary to have
a hard work deserves a beautiful recompense?
Wow.
That's right.
That's a very deep point there. So, do you guys have questions for him?
Yes.
Wow. There must be a lot of questions.
Oli is asking if you've ever been a boxer.
If I've ever been a boxer, I was.
You were a boxer? Is it because you still look like one?
No. Because when I was doing that boxing stuff, I used to be very aggressive then.
Wow.
So I'm seeing it as something that is affecting my image. negatively, so I decided to stop doing it. Because when you're a boxer, if you see someone claiming it's strong in front of you, you'll be like,
what's wrong with
you? Let me just give you one to go and sit down.
So now that you talked about being a boxer, you know, you guys go to music, you go to play live shows, and it gets to a point, it gets crazy. Area boys are waiting on the corner for you. You know, you have opponents who feel like your own is too much. How many times have you had like those close shaves where like getting out of even the scene after you finish singing is a problem for you?
Series of times. Yeah. But like me, I'm used to it now. Sometimes the police might not even have
the capacity
to control them. So you have to do a kind of self-defense.
Wow.
So that is when that boxing stuff is useful, like
just to duck to get to your car.
Just go to the car and just enter.
That's very, very interesting. That's very interesting. Yes, question.
Our people want to know if you are fully supporting us, if you are waiting for us, and if you will be donating to the movement.
I will be donating.
Wow.
Take it back. Action.
I like Sowore because he's on the right path. I like him for that. But the problem we have in Nigeria is what he's doing now is not really easy. It's not an easy kind of tax. It's like me introducing my music in those days. Because it's a string kind of thing. Before you can get a string thing, before you can get people to understand what a string is.
Stop.
It's kind of stressful.
Yeah.
So you educate them little by bit, little, then they start, you understand bit by bit, then they start to understand what they are saying. You make them understand your plight, your motive of doing it, like. And Nigerians are very hard to convince.
Yeah. So you said that, you know, you go and you have to deal with rich people, make them happy because they patronize your music. But you are known for being critical of, you know, you sing and you criticize people, even some of the rich people, you know, you criticize people in society, things they do. How do you handle that? How do you handle that as a musician?
That is why most people tag my songs as being abusive.
Like rebellious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I preach morals.
Yeah.
So anybody that is doing what is against the normal kind of life, you feel I'm abusing you or something. So and it's normal to say that, you understand? That's how you get people's audience. When you're saying the right thing, when you're doing the right thing, people listen to you, they give you the audience.
Yeah. And you think it gives you an edge over your colleagues sometimes? Because some musicians are all about singing.
I don't really care if it gives me, but what I really want is that I want a kind of, how do I put it, like, if I'm no more, they'll still talk about me. Wow. That's when you do something
that's
like
legacy,
like kind of legacy. That's what I'm really concerned about.
So if you're just joining us, you're watching King Saheed Osupa on the couch with us tonight. We didn't bring him here just so that you know for any endorsement. We met today. He was excited to see us, and we've been like talking since we met. We met completely almost by accident. We were going to.
No, I can say if you're a Nigerian that has conscience, a Nigerian that has conscience, vote for Sowore. But if you don't, you can do whatever you like.
Wow, that's even deeper than what I was trying to introduce. Well, so you have to give us a piece of history about Fuji music. It's very interesting that I thought that I knew Fuji music, and I want you to run through it, how it started. I've heard about Were, and Were became Saka. Did you call it? No. Just give us like all the stages as you knew it, because most people don't know. People just know. Most people don't even know how Fuji music started.
The stages of Fuji music are Fuji music started from this song is Gelede song.
Gelede. That is Masquerade.
Gelede Masquerade. So an extraction of that Gelede song, they call it Kiriboto.
From Kiribo?
Like Kiriboto, Shene Konjo, Benyo, Neponlaya, Omama Jo, Kiriboto, Shene Konjo. But most of those lyrics are occultic. And because of religion, they decide to extract those parts that are not occultic. They converted it to selling 80 years. Etiyeri, from Kriboto to Etiyeri, from Etiyeri to Seli. Seli was more religious than Etiyeri.
Kind of Islamic.
Than Etiyeri. Then 100% Islamic is this song Were. So Etiyeri Were is an adaptation of Etiyeri. Like how do I put it? Let me say a modernization of Etiyeri.
Okay.
So part of Were now became the most popular genre of music then. So Were got to Lagos, Ogun State, all over the western states of Nigeria. So people started modernizing their own kind of Were. In Ibadan, the Were became Agurebe. And the originator or the founder of that Agurebe is Gani Kuti, is late now. So after Gani Kuti started doing his own Agurebe, a new kind of music, the music was very new then, but was not commercial then. Just do it for.
They just do it for fun.
For fun of it. Yeah. Then Ekwakara now commercialized.
Ekwakara, the same Ekwakara.
Yes. Ekwakara now commercialized Agurebe. So in other parts of Yoruba land, the theory has been converted to Sakara, not even Were. So they do Were, they do Sakara. In Abeokuta, that kind of music Esaka does.
Okay.
Did. Esaka did it then. Yusuf Olatunji, all of them like that. So up to Lagos Island. So Barrister, as someone that stays in Lagos, stays in Ibadan too. So he did an extraction of Agurebe and extraction of Sakara, and did a makeover of
that's not known as Fuji.
So he's the first person that did Fuji music. Wow. He did the infusion of all genres of music that is invoked then and made it Fuji music. Because most of them were singing with all those people that they were claiming that they are the originators of Were and everything. No, originators of Fuji music. They did Were. They did not do Fuji music. Wow. Barrister was the one that introduced Fuji music. So he's the progenitor of Fuji music.
Wow.
So anybody that is saying anything apart from that is
not saying
just
right.
blabbing.
Wow. Do you guys have any questions anymore?
Yes.
Wow.
But away from music, people are asking you guys to talk about the customs guy who killed someone.
Oh yes, thank you. There's a video that's gone viral today. So we have an update on that. I'm going to talk about that. So the reason we didn't put it up was we've been investigating what happened, and what we have at this point is that yes, it's true that the custom guy was trying to extort money from people at a roadblock. This is officially from the custom now. But it is not true, according to custom, that they killed somebody from traveling internationally. The custom guy killed what they call a custom boy. This is the explanation of a custom boy. When they stop you at a roadblock, they negotiate with you. The person who's negotiating with you is not in uniform. It's a custom boy.
So call them Kelebe.
So I think that's where Atiku met his wife. I don't know, but that's a story for another day. But they use them to collect the bribe proper. And so the guy who was killed is a Kelebe, is a custom guy. And they said when there was a struggle with the guy who was trying to extort money, and he shot the custom boy in the process. And another custom guy was injured. But the people who filmed it just thought that one of them was killed, and they were shouting because I think it was one of them that was struggling with the custom with a gun, but it wasn't one of the people that traveled. And they said the moment they discovered that they were the one that were killed, one of them wasn't the one killed, they entered their car and drove off.
But I saw them took the boy into their car.
No, they said because that's what the custom said. I can read it here, and nobody has
the video
has controverted it since. They said maybe there will be an update. I'll read it to you guys. Just if you wait for a second, I'll do so. Actually, so because we've been investigating this, and I know it went viral, and I'm not.
But regardless, somebody
Somebody was killed by a custom, and it happened. They were right. It was happening, and it happened because there was some kind of extortion carried out. these custom guys are always extorting people. I don't know, the customs have come into town so much that they almost have a custom station in every city now, like a police station. So the attention of Nigerian Customs Service has been drawn to a disturbing video going viral with conflicting narrative. While it is painful and totally unnecessary to lose life in anti-smuggling operations, today at Shagamu interchange along Ijebu-Ode, attempt to obstruct lawful performance of duty by passengers of a commercial bus, a white Toyota Hiace, suspected to be carrying bales of used clothes, led to the death of a young man, Godwin, and serious injury of a custom officer, ASC1 Destiny Onebanho. Contrary to some narrative, the young man was not a passenger of the bus, but a good citizen who always come to fetch water for customs. You know, that's the custom boy, fetching water for customs. As if custom no get water, you know. Patrolmen anytime they return to base. Preliminary findings indicate that it was during the skirmishes and struggle to disarm the officer that the rifle discharged and hit the friend of the custom officer, Godwin, who lost his life. The service is already in touch with the bereaved family. Sadly, it should be noted that while the attention shifted to the dead and the wounded, the passengers who filmed with inciting commentaries boarded their vehicle and left, leaving the wrong impression that it's one of them that was killed. While the wounded officer is under intensive care at the hospital, the patrol team has been recalled to the office for further investigation. This came from DC Joseph Atta, Public Relations Officer, Comptroller General of Customs. So that's what we have from the custom.
There's an audio to what you just said.
Okay, that is true. So the reason we didn't put this out before is we always do our investigations before. You know, I used to work as our reporters. You know, I don't have a job anymore. I'm looking for a new job. All right, so more questions.
Yes, campaign has been banned. What's your plan to?
No, it's not true that campaign has been banned. We called our lawyer today, specifically Barrister Femi Falana, and he said that it is not true that campaign has been banned. The law is very explicit. The Electoral Act says that campaign stops 24 hours, I think 24 hours before election. He didn't say 1 week before a bungled election. You know, it's not the fault of candidates that the election was not held. If the elections are happening next week, campaigning can only stop, I think, on Thursday. So we have no problem campaigning, and we are willing to challenge them. And interestingly, the PDP and APC too said they won't stop campaigning. The disadvantage is that even if they stop, we cannot stop because they have TV and radio and billboards everywhere that have not been taken down. So we will have to keep campaigning because it's our right, you know, and nobody can do anything about it because that's what the law says, that's what the Constitution says, and we've consulted with our lawyers. So
another one for King Osupa.
Yes.
People want you to compose a song for Sowore and specifically sing in Yoruba.
That's right.
I wanted to hear the song we were playing before he came in. I really like that song, the vanity song. So maybe we can.
You can start with that.
Yes, let's start. No, I didn't want to disclose. I don't want to make him. He actually offered when we met earlier. He offered to allow us to use that video as a campaign video. Woo! That we should be mastered, and he has already called.
Action!
He has already called the guy who made the animation to bring it over. So we have to raise money for it to be cut into a way that it will be smaller.
Well, that's the best song you can use.
I thought if I saw this, if I had it,
saying that this one is better.
It is. It's very creative. It's innovative, and very credible. And because all my enemies are there,
We still want
all our
live
enemies.
performance.
Yes, please give us some vanity song, you know.
Timami Handari, Mamaju's president, Bax Boost.
We are ready. Your boys are here. Some of these guys that you are seeing here, they are here.
Omoyele Sowore, Bax Boost. Oya mommy pẹ̀lú daddy pẹ̀lú mommy.
Let's sing the song now.
That video is the best.
Yeah. So he's going to license that video for us to use.
Because everything you need to tell people is
in the video. Yes. We just need to have like an ending that says, you know, I am King Saheed Osupa. I endorse this candidate. That's all. Good news today. Also, we had an endorsement from an ex-Super Eagle star, Finidi George. He endorsed us today. Yeah, and also Mr. 2K has done a slight endorsement. We want him to make it full. So we're expecting, you know we don't ask for endorsement. We don't call it endorsement. But these are Nigerians that are speaking out without any incentives. You know how it is. We really have to go to their houses.
And a tennis player.
Quadri, the tennis player. You remember that? He wasn't the one who was playing with the guy from South Korea that he went on for almost 5 minutes before he eventually won that. That's Quadri. Yeah, we'll look for him. Yeah, there's a video clip of one, very interesting ping pong play that lasted. You remember? Yeah, I think that's in Quadri. So it's happening.
Nollywood actor Big Fal.
Big Fal? Wow. Big
Fal.
Oh, Big Fal. Yes, that's Joko Tajin.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you guys. So if you are still out there, still sitting on the fence is about to be demolished. So please, everybody has to take a stand. Yeah. Listen, do you have more questions out there?
They want him to sing.
They still want you to sing, please.
Just by normal kind of song?
Yes, whichever one. You have a lot. The moment we had a live stream with you today, people have not stopped calling me from New York, from the UK.
Sorry, don't be in a Fuji music where then they dance. Oshubana Ubonga artists where people know. Silly where anytime my music they flow. Now be say enjoyment don't tire about. Sorry, don't be in a Fuji music where then they dance. Oshubana Ubonga artists where people know. Right now, Kino so I don't be your all over. Oshubaya too much show. Right now, Kino so I don't be your all over. Oshubaya too much show.
Wow.
Everyone talent was a play Fuji Oshejomo. Wọ́n ò lè jó tán torí candle ló ń jó tán. Ayé ò lè jó tán torí candle ló ń jó tán. Creativity tó bí Fuji ò ní jó tán. Originality ló mú Fuji dá dúró. Dynamism ni ó máa jó máa gòkè sí. Ẹja dúpẹ́ fún Síkírù Àyìndé Erin. Ẹni tó kọ́kọ́ yọ Fuji látara wéré. Orin wéré orin Ajísàrí ìmà ni wọ́n ti kọ́. Kọ́ máa gbajé lọ́lá tó wá yọ Fuji látara wéré. Tọ́mbà bí onítàn Fuji ẹ̀yin ará wa kálẹ̀ tí yẹrí orí egúngún àlàrè òun nípìnlẹ̀ o nínú kìrìbọ́tò orin gẹ́lẹ̀ ìdẹ́wò náà ti yògodo ayẹyẹ tí yẹrí wọ́n yọ sákàrà ayélùsẹ́lí wọ́n yọ wẹ́rẹ́ wọ́n yà pàlà wọ́n yà áwúrẹ́ gbé bìtàn yẹn ṣe lọ ẹni bá fẹ́ jo oyè kóyè ẹlẹ́gbẹ́mu ní ìtànkítàn tí ó nítumọ̀ òun ni ó máa sọ ìtàn tó lé bógún túnbọ̀ tẹ̀ tí ò yẹ ká máa sọ.
Wow. I don't know if have you ever done any collabos with any
hip-hop artists?
Hip-hop, yes.
Yeah, I did like 13 tracks.
Wow.
An hip-hop album.
Okay.
Who
was your favorite?
Of them all?
Yeah.
I like all of them.
Yeah. So they'll get upset.
I did one with Shafemi.
Yeah.
I did a collabo with them, Nice.
Wow, yeah, I like Nice.
I did a collabo with Sam Sultan.
Yes.
And I did one with Terry Apala.
Yeah. Wow. So,
and I did one with Reminisce.
Yes. Outside of Fuji, do you have any favorite genre of music that, the person that you really like? Outside of Fuji music?
I like music generally, and there's no kind of music I cannot do.
Wow. So, if we ask you now to do rap, is it Fuji rap?
They know me, and maybe their father. Not be one was a if I come back, Motile one let one confess, and if I not much.
Wow.
Can you not freestyle for us for sure?
He's gonna do that,
People are asking where they can get your album from.
So people are asking where can they get.
I do things the proper way.
Yeah, no. When people are asking where can they get your album, and I went to social media today and saw that you probably go to the social media game late because you have only 145 followers, more than I do. 145,000 on Instagram. So, what's your Instagram handle?
King Saheed Osupa.
Please, if you are there, follow King Saheed Osupa. That's his Instagram handle. So, and you have a Facebook presence too, right?
Yes.
Okay. Same name?
Same name.
Okay.
Why can't you get his album?
Album now. Just let them see me now.
That non-stop is on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah.
The 13 tracks album of.
And he's planning a show, a weekly show where he can give political education, you know. It's important to let you know that we've been here talking to King Saheed Osupa, and he's on the couch with us today, endorsing completely that he says it here, you heard it from him first and me second, that if you have conscience, who do you vote for?
Omoyele Sowore. So can I give them an analysis of
yes.
The program I'm about to do?
Yes, please do.
We want to, it's a political kind of program. Then we'll talk about the arms and tiers of government.
Yeah.
Then we'll talk about their functions.
Okay.
Then we'll talk about the civic duties of citizens.
Yeah.
And the civic responsibilities of citizens. That's all.
So, you doing that show, you'll probably run out of episodes very soon, because people are then wanting to talk about their problems. How are you going to navigate through that? You know, when people say, you have to talk about, because civil responsibility, government, arms of government, no the arms of government, but government don't cut all the arms. So, you know, people, are you preparing that? Look, if there's demand, just like you have in your music, where people always demand for, when is your next album? You know, when are you doing another track? If there's demand for more responsibility, are you ready to, like, okay?
Because most people don't really know the functions of the government. They don't know what the government is supposed to do and what they are supposed to do. So we have to educate them and tell them the government is supposed to do this for you, and they did not do it. They are supposed to do, you to do it for them. You understand? Because there is your body that says Jerusalem. Jerusalem.
Wow. Wow, thank you. So, do you have anything else to tell our viewers, your lovers? A lot of guys are here because of you tonight, you know. How many people are watching?
2.2 thousand on
Wow.
Facebook.
And what about YouTube?
968 on YouTube.
Huh?
968 on YouTube.
Wow, okay, not a lot of people.
I've
YouTube people have no. Yeah, you should share this extensively. And thank you so much, King Saheed Osupa, and thank you for. I'm excited to meet you today. Since I listened to Vanity, I was driving in New York and I just heard it. It came on, you know, and I stopped because I'm not supposed to watch video while I'm driving. And I was like, that was last year, and we asked for you everywhere, and until today I didn't know how to reach you. So, but it happened all by accident today, and it's turned out to be really well. Imagine that they had to postpone the election so that we could meet you. Yeah. So it's great to meet you, and we will be in touch. But if you have anything else to say to our audience, our people,
can we listen to it?
The Vanity?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
It's $5 per listen. Where's my? I had a phone here. Okay, is this linked up to? Yeah, people should.
My tab.
Yes.
Where's the tab?
Can people
You
call
should.
in?
Yeah. Oh, do they want to call?
Yeah, somebody wants to
Where's the
call.
tab?
You know, we don't have the capability to get people calling. That's the problem. Yeah.
Saheed Osupa.
Okay.
Calling from Belfast.
Belfast. We have a problem here. I don't think we'll be able to get the caller in. I mean, it's going to be difficult. Okay. This is a collection. But the one before it is, let me just search it. I don't know where I'll search it. Okay, let's get a little tricky here. Okay. Okay, that's so bad. Okay, it's here.
AFC! Take it back! Take it back! Action! Action! No going back!
Can you increase the volume of the speaker?
Break from there.
Beat from TJ.
We need some dancers here. Yeah.
Where are the Shaku Shaku boys?
No.
Yes,
So many things they happen for my country. Say you don't understand, they go say na politics. You get your power, I get my rights, not the reality. You place your power over my rights, sake of humility. Say justice, power, peace go reign, there will be unity. Corruption down, let's unite and fight tribalism. Hello, you want my leg? Come on, go deep, you're going to get your damn money. Ẹ̀jẹ̀ kó yẹ wá, ẹyẹ màtọ̀ wá mọ́, kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan? Ẹ̀jẹ̀ kó yẹ wá, ẹyẹ màtọ̀ wá mọ́, kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ gangan? Ìmọ̀lá wa ń lọ, ọmọ Nàìjíríà kí ni mo fẹ́ ṣe táyà. Mọ́tò yìí rìn ní ìlú ìgbà ní tó gbé sókè. Let me do it.
Thank you so much, Arasi. Thank you, I appreciate it. Thanks, nice having you on the show.
It's mine here.
No, no worries. You can leave it for us, we'll sell it for the campaign. Alright, thank you so much. Yeah. Picture. Okay, please. We'll take photos together, man.
Do you know I see have one that is almost like this?
What's it called?
Can you type of Nigeria go better? You go better. Can you type of you go better? Mansuru.
Is it on YouTube?
It should be on YouTube. Mansuru. Record one Nigeria go better one.
Okay.
Check what's in scores, yeah?
Let's go.
That's a champion. Let me listen to champion.
Okay.
More fun with that. But that one is not an animation.
Yeah. This champion.
Can I have that one?
This is mixed. Okay.
No,
Let's do such.
just type Nigeria go better side as well.
Who took the light now?
Touch the switch, touch the switch, someone has shipped it.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's still off.
Touch it.
By Obasanjo, she want to keep one thing. One Obasanjo.
No, no.
Nigeria go better.
It's not
Is it capability?
no, like this one.
Okay, this also said something about
Hold this one.
and honest. I bet to Nigeria, my country, so be faithful, loyal and honest. Cause he be keep it in take me only for us, oh yeah. Mama Nigeria, my name to defend our unity, uphold our honor and glory. Cause he be keep it in take me only for us, oh yeah. Mama Nigeria, my name I bet to Nigeria, my country, so be faithful, loyal and honest. Cause he be keep it in take me only for us, Mama Nigeria, my name.
One shot in the no shot is that. I don't want to no shot. Record of his code. Before shot, play this one.
What shot?
No, just play this for you. Keep listening to this. One shot too. What if I did this one in Nigeria? Listen to the one you ready. I said so. Capability.
No.
That capability you listen to.
Let's go to
Hello, Fulani. Nigeria Guinea. Say Nigeria 50. No record Muso. Nigeria go
Respect and rely.
respect and life. Is that what it? You get a lot of.
I want you to listen to something there.
This respect.
That's
Respect. And reliable. Okay.
Times.
Respect.
the second part. This is reliable too. Respect and reliable too. Listen to the capability first. I'll get that. Hello? Hello?
Right.
What do I say? Control 1B capability.
Capability.
Please share.